What is up, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast and Ringside Podcast collaboration called the Wednesday Night Wrestling Recap. We are your hosts, Jeremy Wyman, Joey Wyman, and El Grande Virgino, a.k.a. Sean Barber. Boom. Listen, the chat line's open for all.
El Grande does this.
Sean's never done that.
Virgins.
Yeah.
He's a double virgin.
The chat line's open for all your comments. We will answer all your questions in real time. Let me get Sean's job done for him and get the volumes all up to. Shout out to our producer Sean. Chat line's open for all your comments. We'll answer all your questions in real time to get your reactions. If you're a member of the Ringside Podcast group chat on Twitter, you have the opportunity to call in too. Just DM us during the show, and Sean will be watching for your DMs to come through, and he'll give you the number, and you can call in. It's that easy. Tonight we're going to recap Evolution, the Great American Bash, All In, Saturday night's main event. We're going to have us a good time tonight. First off, fellas, how you doing, Sean? Louisville 316. What does that mean to you?
That means we kick. Never mind.
Louisville 316. I just walked by your butt without saying hi because I'm really shy. Just different words, probably. Joey, how's you been under the weather? You feeling better?
Feel a little bit better today. Still not where I need to be, but got a lot of rest yesterday and feel a little bit better today.
There you go. Our questions of the night, you guys, as you can see them on the bottom of the screen right now. We want to know what your top 5 gimmick matches are. Your Mount Rushmore of women's wrestlers in honor of Evolution this past weekend, and we want you to do the 5 instead of the 4. And I know you're going to say, well, Mount Rushmore was only 4, but with women, we wanted more. So we put a 5th one up there.
They got one of our ribs. They get an extra.
Yeah, we give them an extra head on the giggity. And last but not least, and I think this one's probably a slam dunk question, but what show was the best from this weekend? We'll talk about it. First up, the Great American Bash. And as you can see, Sean is sitting next to the very beautiful CSZ Tron 5000. Sean, can you see the Tron?
Yes.
Okay. I thought Starks versus Page was an amazing match, and I honestly thought it was the match of the weekend until Sunday came around.
Yep.
All the other matches on the Great American Bash were very solid 4-star or 3-star, 3.5-star matches. It was a good show. I mean, they always do. We got some. Okay. Got some. It was internet. The thing is with the NXT ones, and I don't know why our graphics are disappearing. Come on, we paid top dollar for these graphics. Free 99. It was your standard NXT pay-per-view. There was nothing boring. It was all like, if it wasn't a banger of a match, it furthered a storyline, like the women's tag title match, or not the women's tag main event match. You had the North American title match was real solid. It was just, they were all really good matches. And I don't throw that 3-star out as making it sound like it was just an average match, but they were all good matches. What was your favorite match of the night, Sean?
It was definitely the Page Starks match, especially the ending, the actual finish, the Ego's Edge through the table on the floor. That was awesome.
You know, something I did realize after the weekend was over was that my favorite matches, funny, we're going to be talking about gimmick matches later. And this is one I actually didn't put on my list, but I probably should have put it honorable mention. The Falls Count Anywhere, Anything Goes match was the theme of the weekend. That, you know, between that match and then you had the 2 at All In that were really, really good. They were gimmick matches, and what ended up being pretty much a no disqualification triple threat match for the Women's World Championship. So the weekend did have a theme, and it was gimmick, and I loved it. Joey, did you have a different favorite match on the card?
No, I'm just continuously impressed with Sol Ruca. I'm a huge, really am. I think she's got a huge future. Just the things she does in the ring, are pretty slick. I thought, again, like, she had a good showing, but if I wasn't going to pick the same match as far as the North American title, I would probably say the women's tag team match was really good, and again, it helped further.
It set something up.
Yeah, it set stuff up. So the women showed out no matter what promotion all weekend long.
Remember to put your all's answers to the questions of the night in the chat. We'll read them during the show. It was it was a solid PLE. It was a what you come to expect from NXT, and it was entertaining the entire time. We'll move on to Saturday night's main event. It was your typical NBC special. It was entertaining, but felt like a Super Raw with tons of commercials. Didn't really have a favorite match out of this one at all. They were all just, and nothing against it. Just Saturday night's main event, since they brought it back, has just been 7,000 commercials and a little wrestling in between the commercials. Don't like the flow of it. Was Seth his injury real or not? It didn't look like he hurt himself when it happened. Then we kind of expected for a cash in to occur at the end of the event. It didn't. Then Goldberg got cut off, and I do understand his frustration because they took a commercial break at 9:58. The show had a hard out at 10 o'clock. Didn't understand that. They could have very well either took that commercial break a little earlier. Now I don't agree with all the whining he's done. I think there's been there, but he did a really good job of saying, "Well, I'm not complaining, but complain."
Oh, there's 100 things they could have done better.
But this was a great privilege, but complain. So I don't know, and especially if Seth's injury was a work, then there was no reason for the rest of the show to be chaos or out of order, like the people started saying it was. So
it was in the timing if it was a work, and then they could have cut that shorter.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I hate to see Goldberg go. I know there's a couple of the people in the chat that hate Goldberg anyway. I know Dave LaGreca hates Goldberg, which is really odd because he'll hate on Goldberg the whole time. But when you listen to the promo for his show, he's like, tune in to Busted Open, where we interview such legends as The Undertaker, Stone Cold, Goldberg, Bret Hart. It's like,
I liked it. It was Goldberg, then Bret Hart.
well, I don't know if it's that. I'm just like mentioning the first person I thought of after Goldberg was Bret Hart. But you can't have it both ways, bro. But
I hate Goldberg, but for about the last 10 years, I've been ready for Goldberg
to go
fade off.
Berg.
Yeah, I mean, people talk about John Cena and his 5 moves of doom. Like Goldberg has 3 moves of doom,
but he's never shied away. He's fully embraced that.
I agree.
Here's my thing. This whole month has been a crap storm of builds. They didn't build Evolution right. They didn't build this, let Goldberg be frustrated because they did not, there was never a mention of his career being on the line. They could have been like, I want this title match. You don't deserve a title match. You haven't wrestled in 5 years. Well, I'll put my career on the line. Like no build at all. It's like they opened up the box, was like, oh crap, main event's this Saturday night. Or in 3 Saturday nights. Let's do a couple of stupid interviews, and then like it just, I think he has every right to be frustrated. I would like to have seen him go out better. They did give John Cena a whole year. Now John Cena is like 11 years younger, so he can hang on that type of schedule where Goldberg probably could not, being 58 years old. I mean, he got hurt training for Saturday night's main event. So as much as I want to sit here and dump on him because it's fun to dump on Goldberg, he did have some legit gripes. With 18 pay-per-views this month, the WWE did not do themselves any favor build-wise. It's like they were building for 3 different pay-per-views at the same time. And for the people that said Evolution was going to be a flop, flop you. Because it was not a flop. It wasn't a flop crowd-wise. It wasn't a flop action-wise. It was pretty amazing. But did anybody have any other thoughts on Saturday night's main event?
I will say that the Gunther Goldberg match was actually well done, considering that was a 15-minute match. Goldberg has never really had a 15-minute match.
No, he had an 8-minute one with Regal.
Mm-hmm.
years and years
And
ago.
that was not a very good match because Regal was trying to make an example.
right.
In this case, though,
We was told
Gunther
to, but
is so good. This was, to me, that was Gunther.
yeah.
Because he was
Goldberg even said it, and he said,
yeah,
thanks to him because he really made me look really good.
exactly. He did.
Yeah.
He made him look great. They had a story where Goldberg, his knees messed up, so he's attacking that knee the whole night, trying to take out his power. It was a good story in the match, I thought.
I just like with the whole Goldberg thing. So if you're not going to give him like you said, the proper build, this, that, and other, pivot. If Seth's injury is legit, even if it's not at this point, really, have him win the title. And SummerSlam's 3 weeks away.
Yeah.
He could drop it in a squash to Gunther at that point. Then Seth cashes. If it's not legit, Seth cashes in and wins the title that way. But like I said in the chat earlier, Goldberg is sitting there thinking I don't know that he referenced Cena. Somebody did, at least in
He did.
Okay.
He said that, they wouldn't have
Against
done
the
that
Hogan.
they wouldn't have done that to Taker, and they wouldn't have done that to Cena. And he's right. They wouldn't have done it. They would not have cut either one of those
Right.
off. Huh?
I know, I'm agreeing. They wouldn't have. But like I said,
They wouldn't have done either one of those like
he's
that.
not on their level either, though. And he's got to realize that just because he had a streak and he was polarizing, but he's not on that level. He just isn't. And the fact is like you said, Cena's 48? He's hanging it up now. If 10 years ago Goldberg would have decided, hey, I'm going to retire, hey, WWE, I'd like to do a tour, they would have probably done the tour with him. And Taker just leaves his boots in the ring or says just flat out, Mania's my last match. He didn't. If he would have wanted a year-long one, he would have got it too. But there's only a select few people. Goldberg's not on. I don't know that Goldberg is on 99% of America's Mount Rushmore.
No, but I would say
Mount
that if
Rushmore
he's
people that
not,
get that.
he should be. He is, to me anyway, is one of the top 20 most impactful superstars of all time, as far as what he did for WCW in the business at that time. Because me as a WWE mark at the time, I was watching. Again, we've talked about this before. Nitro came on at 8:00, then it came back on at 10:00 after Raw went off. I made sure that I recorded that 10 to midnight. Now I didn't watch it live, but the next day I was fast forwarding to anything Goldberg, anything NWO. That's just
that
what
was pretty much the whole show.
That was pretty much the whole show.
Except in the opening match, it was a luchador,
Or you had
a cruiser.
No, it was a cruiserweight
Jericho
match.
or Guerrero or Mysterio or Malenko.
The 1007
Juventud.
Our guy Jeremy Banta saying that we should call it the Mount Rushmore +1. We should call it Mount More or something else. Also in the chat, Wes Brocky's Mount Rushmore, J Rod, Haley J. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't say that.
It's Freya.
Oh no, he actually still can't count, but he's got Asuka, Rhea, Chyna, and Tori Wilson. Very interesting. Still can't count, but that's an interesting one. I don't know that anybody else would have put up there.
I like Asuka.
That's a good pick.
I could see that. I mean,
Asuka, yeah,
that Japanese girl, according to Goldberg,
yeah.
last year.
Yeah, let's what was it Carlito said that got him in trouble? I forgot what it was. But let's move on to Evolution. Evolution, as y'all can see, we've classed the show up with some graphics here. Pay-per-view of the weekend, by far, in my opinion. Every match just got better as the night went on. Didn't get bored by any of the matches. Surprise winner of the Battle Royal. The old red herring deal. We're going to bring in Nikki, literally the red herring. Nikki Bella. Everybody thought she's going to win. Makes it all the way to 3 or 4. Gets thrown out, and you're like, well, holy crap, who's going to win?
And
this was Nia going to win? And you thought maybe Stephanie, but it wasn't it was I really at that point thought Lash was going to win it.
There was a good point where I was like, they're going to pull the trigger on this.
And I would not have been mad at that.
No?
The Intercontinental title match had a great ending. It was fire.
Best pin ever.
For the 4-way tag match, really, really good. Tiff versus Trish. Trish was amazing in that match. And Tiffany was too. That was really good. The NXT title match, was really good, and you had the swerve turn at the end, which added to that. And what may go down as match of the year, it's my match of the year so far: Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky Shirai Farai. Fire plus the cash in at the end. You can't call it fire at that point. It's downright arson. What other than EO and Rhea, what was your favorite match of the night? And after that, I'm going to guarantee you all that I can make you laugh without saying a word.
I just want to say this first. I'll leave that match alone, but Io Sky is probably the best professional wrestler on the face of the earth right now.
That's what a lot of people are saying.
I've been on the Io's
for other reasons, but yes, you've been on Rio.
No, not just because of that.
Rio's
because
EO.
She's a good wrestler, a great wrestler, but also because I like her. I would have to say that mine was probably the women's tag team match. I really enjoyed that one. The 4-way tag team match for the tag team titles. A lot of good spots. Again, Sol Ruca showed out in that. When the Zarya, like, kind of maybe setting some groundwork for a Zarya Sol split. She spears her. Charlotte pulls Alexa out of the way, Charlotte pulls Alexa out of the way. They seem to really bond there.
That's really my only sort. There was never any reason for Zarya and Sol Ruca to team up. I'm not a fan of Sol Ruca. She's the Matt Riddle of women's wrestling for me.
Oh, not me.
I do not care for. I love her finishing move, but other than that, I've not seen hardly anything from her.
Like flip, and then over the top. Like, she times it perfect every time. And she's only like 24, 25, so she's got
she's got the potential to become.
She's got a
way
long
better.
way ahead of her, and she's just like starting level. She's well above the curve.
Athletically, she is. Obviously, I think character-wise, we'll see if they turn her heel, because that's what they seem to do to help develop. Wrestlers. Roxanne did it. Roxanne Perez.
Aesthetically, athletically, she's there. She can talk. The gimmick, I'm not a huge fan of the surfer gimmick.
Yeah, I don't think, and maybe I'm just not hearing it because I don't really. And again, that's what we're here for. We all share a different opinion.
Well, she can definitely talk better than Io.
Well, yeah,
Asuka,
but
Kyrie.
I'm not a big fan of her on the stick either. Giggity. Shocker. Wes Brocky's favorite PLE of the weekend was Independence Rage from Obi. No, I'm just kidding. He said Evolution. The Rhea versus Io match was one of the best matches of all time.
I agree. I mean, that's probably top 10 for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I could put it all time.
Well, see if he can clarify this. Is he talking about like men, women, everything?
Yeah, I think that's what he's saying.
I would say it's the best women's match I've ever seen.
See, I don't know if only because there's so many good ones that I've probably forgotten about. But I would say I could say definitely it's top 5 of all time for me. But I wouldn't know what the other 4 would be. You know what I'm saying?
That triple threat at Mania was
really that was good. Really good.
The finish of that kind of like with Ronda's shoulders being up. I don't know.
Oh, no, not that one. I'm talking about the triple threat Mania this year, the opener.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was, no.
I thought you were talking about Charlotte, Sasha, Becky.
No.
I thought he was talking about Charlotte, Becky, Ronda.
We all had different
main event of WrestleMania.
But that just goes to show you there's.
But yeah, I mean, but nothing's ever in my mind. Nothing's ever going to top Steamboat Savage, WrestleMania 3.
Fair enough. Jeremy Banta's Mount Rushmore +1: Charlotte Flair, Trish Stratus, Lita, Chyna, and Sherry Martel.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I don't know that she wrestled a whole bunch, but she was a really good valet.
Yeah, because if you're going to include women valets, you got to put Miss Elizabeth in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, copyright. Dang it. So, and Wes, give us your 5th, because Mount Rushmore +1 means 5. I don't know what it means in J-Town, but here it means 5. Shout over here giggling. All right, we have coming up next for you all, and we appreciate y'all tuning in here with us on a Wednesday. We're gonna go to the AEW report by our guy Tom Jeffries. The Ops defeated the Death Riders in a trios championship match to start off the show. Kind of set the mood and the tone for the evening. One of my favorite matches of the night, MJF won the men's casino gauntlet match. In a moment that I would have cared about back in 1989, Dustin Rhodes won a 4-way for the TiVo championship. Or I'm sorry.
Hey, kudos to Dustin though, man. Come on.
Yeah, Dustin
He finished his story.
Wait a minute. Oh man, I forgot to put All In up here. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, he finished his story for sure. Swerve and Ospreay versus the Young Bucks. The Bucks lost their EVP titles. The Young Bucks entrance may have been one of the stupidest entrances I've ever seen in my entire life.
Made zero sense.
Well, no, they were the founding fathers. The founding fathers came across it made sense. It's just like wrestling fans don't care about 1492 Columbus sailed the ocean blue. They just don't. I would say this was my second favorite match of the night. So the MJF Battle Royal, that was number 4 for me. Number 2 was the triple threat tag title match. Not a big Jet Speed fan, but I like the other guys. After the match, Nick Wayne and the crew turned on Christian. Edge comes out, runs him off, tells Christian to go F himself, but it's different this time because it's go find himself.
Edge comes out after he goes and cheers to the crowd and then does pyro.
I pointed that out because a couple weeks ago in Saudi, like Penta got crapped on because who was it? Was it Jay or CM Punk? Somebody was getting beat down in the ring, and he come out and took his time and did his little step and everything. And everybody crapped on him because of that. But yeah, Edge does the same thing. Oh, hey, let me run over to this side of the stage.
Wes says his 5th would be Haley J. Just kidding. We'll go with EO Sky there. Not a bad go there. And Jeremy, we'll get to your gimmick matches here in a minute. We appreciate everybody hopping on and participating. Toni Storm beats Mercedes Moné, her first loss since she's left WWE. That would be my number 3 match of the night.
She still got 7 belts.
There's just something about, and this could just be me being an old school wrestling fan. I don't need to see you perform mouth humming on the other opponent in their no square. I don't need all the vulgarity. Now, I'm okay with the blood and violence part, and not menstrual blood.
Wow.
But I don't need to hear the B word 17 times in the same match. I don't need to, and again, maybe that does appeal to some people. I think they made out a couple times during the match too. I don't need to see that either. They can go find themselves for all I care. But that's why I rated it number 3, because there's just some stuff in there I didn't care for. I think the right woman won, and I didn't have any doubt going into this match who was going to win because of all the creative control stuff that was going around. If Mercedes would have won this match, she'd have lost all credibility in AEW fans' eyes. So they made the right call. I can't believe I'm saying that. Made the right call there. Okada won the international championship and keeps the Continental. So he's now the new unified champion versus Kenny Omega. As we were talking about before the show, match was a good match, but it's the same match we saw over the last 5-6 years. There was nothing. It was very bland to me.
It was very tame.
Considering
the other ones. If it had been those happened in Japan and then this one happened in WWE, that would have made sense because they don't really do all the other extra stuff anymore. But being that what the main event was like, now maybe they toned it down because they knew how the main event was supposed to play out, and they didn't overdo.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't want to overstimulate the crowd. They were dead as a doorknob in the main event.
What I'll say too is, I think the more I thought about it, the injury angle with Omega, the fact that he came back from, they kept pointing that up on commentary, like he had 2 feet of his intestines removed.
Well, then like 2 weeks ago, Okada and them like sent him out on a stretcher, spitting out blood.
So I think it might have been like it's this thing where does he have it anymore? Right?
I think he was just trying to show everybody that he had guts. Tom Jeffries with our AEW report as always. We appreciate TJ. I thought I want to ask y'all, and I'll ask this again. I want y'all to think about what was one of the cool things, and we're not going to ask this right now. One of the cool, a de facto fourth question of the night. The coolest thing from All In that you can remember that you noticed that maybe other people didn't notice. But
I already know.
You already know what I'm going to say?
No, I already know my answer to it.
The
No.
Tony Storm.
No.
Mercedes. No,
it
square
was
spot.
it was in the main event.
Okay. The backdrop under the bed of nails?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So what did you other than what I mentioned, was there anything else that you just were like, oh man, I really like that about All In? Because you watched it over here with us. We watched 400 hours of wrestling Saturday together as a team. That's the kind of dedication we have for you all. We do all the research together. We don't do everything together because that'd be kind of weird for Sean. But was there anything else that you were just like, man, that was really, really good? Because I know I mentioned the two title matches, the tag title match, and then the MJF win, and I think that's going to set up for some really good storylines with him in the Hurt Business or Syndicate.
I did like Athena winning the Casino Gauntlet because I like Athena. I think she's pretty good. I like her finishing move, especially the stunner off the top.
Oh, I know, the blockbuster. You couldn't stop talking about it the whole. And I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see her turn.
I got to see it.
And then he had to, for some reason, he had to go to the bathroom after
that was really weird.
Yeah, it was.
He said
half a roll of toilet paper was gone.
Well, the oddest part to me was him screaming "release" on the way to the bathroom. that was the
He blockbustered himself. He got a good noise.
That's how Sean sounded in the bathroom.
Put it closer to the mic because there you go.
It was louder earlier. Yeah.
What I liked, other than all the stuff we talked about, I did like some of the returns, and not the ones you're thinking like Daniel Bryan or Edge or Darby, because they really screwed the pooch with Darby's return.
Awful.
During the Casino Gauntlet, Juice Robinson coming back, and even the Guns coming out to help him. Like all three of those guys got pretty good pops when they came out. And I think it's three guys that are underutilized there as well. I can't wait for the Guns to be in WWE at some point.
Private Party's on their way to WWE.
That's what I've read. Yeah,
I don't really know how I feel about that, but I mean, we could always.
I don't know what I'm going to do because I'm really going to confuse them.
I'm going to be like, it's going to be crazy,
and not in the way that everybody thinks. That's not. I always like at the very early stages of Private Party and Street Profits, I would always call the Street Profits Private Party and Private Party.
And why was that?
I got it confused.
Jeremy Banta's gimmick matches, War Games, TNA Ultimate X. That's a good one.
Ooh, I know another one.
Heck in the Cell. Before it was overused in a rotation, he said. Money in the Bank and Cage. Old school Big Blue for bonus points. Robert Holt says, good evening, fellas. And Wes Brocky simply says, gimmick matches for.
I need to type this one in before I forget.
You know what we should do? And I don't know if we'll do it tonight. Maybe we won't do it at all. We should have done like an ultimate pay-per-view card, like 5 matches from this weekend, all the shows, put together our ultimate pay-per-view. But then again, it probably would have been the exact same, right? So maybe that wouldn't.
Well, no, we would. I mean, I would have probably taken like the main event of All In, the Page, Ricky Saints match, and then probably 3 matches from Evolution.
Yeah, that would have.
Oh, I thought you meant it would have been this.
No, our 5s would have all been the same on there. Because for me, it was Saints Page, the 2 title matches from All In, and then the Intercontinental and Heavyweight match from Evolution.
Mine would have been slightly different because I would have had the women's tag team four-way.
With Charlotte becoming the biggest baby face of the division,
She's
apparently.
starting, man. Hey, she's starting a movement. Like I told y'all the other day, that's why they put Alexa Bliss with her, to turn the fans back around. Sometimes you can't do it on your own.
And I like that it's like Alexa has tapped into her character as far as like she's all super serious all the time, right? But she's starting to show a little bit of a funny side, a little bit of a
Well, she's always had a little bit of that funny side, like, you know, I'm the queen.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but it's more like, I don't know.
She's
what the word
mentoring Charlotte Flair.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good. It's good stuff.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
Such good stuff. Last but not least, we're going to preview probably the biggest pay-per-view in TNA history of all time. I mean, there's no doubt this is their WrestleMania, but they call it Slammiversary, which I really like the name of that. The card is shaped up to be the Rascals versus the Hardys versus First Class versus the Nemeths in a tag title match.
Ladder match.
Tag team ladder match.
Yeah.
The Inspiration versus the Elegance brand. Now, is that a women's tag title match?
It is.
Okay. Oh, by the way, Clint, let me throw his little logo up here because he is doing the Lord's work there. And we do not have an OVW report this week because there was not an OVW pay-per-view. We've got Moose versus Leon Slater for the X Division Championship. Leon Slater with a chance to become the youngest X Division champion of all time. Good old-fashioned rivalry hatred matches. We got Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali. Indy Hartwell versus Tessa Blanchard. You got a title versus title match, which I'm not a big fan of. JC Jane versus Masha Slamovich. I won't be a big fan of that unless Masha wins because TNA's already given so much to WWE that I think it's time for WWE to give back. And
They're going to get back the world title.
I just don't know. I don't know who's going to win that main event match. In the World Championship, Trick and A defends his TNA Heavyweight Championship versus Joe Hendry and Mike Santana. July 20th, UBS Arena, Long Island, New York. Get your tickets now if you don't have them. If you live in the Long Island area, Dave LaGreca doing the pre-show. That's good, a pretty cool thing. Listen, this is one of the best card lineups for a TNA pay-per-view in a long time. Normally, Slammiversary has a debut or a surprise. The last couple ones have the promos have focused solely on surprise debuts and stuff like that. This one has not, and I like I guess because we've got some of the NXT roster in here, there's no need for it, but should be a really good card. We'll be watching it here. Feel free to tweet along with us when we talk about it on social media.
Other than Moose, like the rest of the system's not even on the card, and that's kind of crazy. Like to have such a stacked lineup on the card.
And we didn't. That reminds me, we didn't even go over Monday Night, and we won't because we don't want to. This is clearly solely for us to talk about the pay-per-views tonight, but. System shows up last night in NXT.
Masha had a great showing.
Masha had a great match last night.
Love that because I wasn't a huge fan of hers because I hadn't watched her as much. But last night really kind of sold me on her. Like she's really good.
I hated the fact she won because it makes me think she's losing during the pay-per-view.
A lot of schmoozing in that match.
Let's see, who's this? Texas, probably.
I'm not sure that either woman walks away with both belts.
You think it'll be
some kind of run-in disqualification, some kind of janky stuff going on. Daniel's probably reffing that match.
Yeah.
So he'll probably get knocked down. He is. I have told him many a times he is the greatest. Now
her name is Slamovich.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Now, I'm sorry, Daniel.
We need you to do that, Sean.
You know how much I have called Daniel on the show the greatest referee knockdown guy in the business. Charles Robinson's taken that title over the last month.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Daniel. But until you get your ribs cracked by Goldberg and get obliterated into the next galaxy or universe, by John Cena. You're gonna have to do a little bit more, and I have no doubt Daniel's gonna have opportunities in the future to do stuff like that. But right now, Charles Robinson just took a run, literally, and he's like, "I am the man. I'm the guy now." So
Yeah.
Sorry about your dang luck. We do have a listing. So for this week's show, we've got Moose versus Sammy. I assume that's Sammy Callahan. Tessa versus Danny Luna. The system will go against Order 4. This is the go home show for Slammiversary. Also on last week's episode of TNA. Oh, I'm sorry. Tag main event: Joe Hendry and Mike Santana versus Trick Williams and Frankie Kazarian. But there was a pretty interesting debut, and I think it is probably going to be controversial, which is probably why they did it. Last week on Impact, there was kind of a guy that returned into mainstream wrestling. He's not, as he said in his opening monologue, he's not 7 foot tall. You can't teach that.
The real one,
Enzo, but he didn't debut on Impact, saying I'm coming to Impact. He apparently wrestles for a promotion called Fourth Rope, and it is a promotion that's put on by a couple of rappers, and it's an independent underground. But Fourth Rope was definitely the logo he was wearing, so I don't know if they're insinuating. We'll have to tune in this Thursday night to Impact, which also some good Impact news. Sauces, not barbecue or ranch, but sauces tell us Impact's going to be getting a major TV deal that will put them live every single week.
I love that.
In 2026, and now it may start earlier than that. And no,
I don't get to watch it right now. Like
you can always have my login.
I know, but if it's on, I mean, if they go on mainstream or a major streaming service that I have, like I'm no pun intended, I'm all in every week.
Oh Lord, what an impact that'll make.
They got another viewer with me. You got a friend.
But what I will say, other than singing, is not the way to go. We talked about this earlier in the group chat. The reason why I've not watched LFG or I've not watched Evolve, and most people don't get to watch TNA is because they're not on main channels. I don't have A&E. I don't have Tubi. Sean's got a tube sock. That's completely different from what we're talking about.
Well, that's what he calls it, though. Come here, Tubi.
Wonder if this is better. It's like the torture boy Ric Flair. Woo! Dumbest thing I've ever seen.
It's awesome.
I think it's awesome.
I mean, you ordered it.
No, I didn't. Somebody else ordered it for a gag gift and then decided to do a different gag gift, but we won't say who, Teresa.
Oh, I thought Steve.
No, Steve is a walking gag gift.
Where's your inflatable sock?
I think I sold that at the last
flea market.
The neighborhood yard sale. Actually, I'm going to wrap it up and give it back to him for this Christmas.
Oh, you should.
This is what I'm going to do. All right. So the interesting. I don't know what they're going to do. Fourth Row. What kind of collaboration you can do? I don't know that we need too many more. You don't want to collaborate the collaborative. And maybe he doesn't do that. Maybe he just pretend. I don't know. But I like Enzo Amore being back into the mainstream. He was always entertaining. Not one of my favorite wrestlers, but the work he did in OVW this past year, fantastic. Him and Tony Gunn tore it up. I'm interested in seeing what goes on there. Let's get to the questions of the night. Brought to you by Capco Championship belts. Again, if you want to get your dream championship created, or get one of the current ones made, our guy Abdul at Capco Championship belts will create your custom championship of your dreams. Sean, can they see my championship? No, you just there it is in the background. Why don't you grab it and show it to them? Can you do that, Sean? You're not producing. Can you at least grab the title and show them the title? Which, by the way, I saw the worst created title of all time this week on Shop, the Roman Reigns Tribal Chief title.
I was about as soon as I saw that, I was about to send it to you.
Horrid. But there you go. It's got do a little twirl, not yourself, but the title. It's got some custom side plates on it for things that you like, you don't like. As you can see, the Louisville Cardinals collision course crew tailgates on there. That's pretty cool. And what's on the back? The back side, CSZ podcast, CSZ, and the Louisville Cardinal bird and Ringside podcast logo. So yeah, you can get anything you want to on the belts. He'll make them for you high quality and for a low price. He'll even, so I don't know how many of you all are like me and collect championship belts, but the ones you get from WWE shop come with that plastic strap. It's not that's the cowhide strap right there. It's floppy. It's not stern or erect like the other.
It's SAWFT.
Soft. It's high quality, and he'll do that for you. But so we're gonna bring this to you from them. Top 5 gimmick matches. So for me, it was pretty simple. I think we and if I say you're all, just take it out of your top 5 or replace it with something different. Money in the Bank, War Games, TLC, the Royal Rumble, and my 5th one, I wanted to make it one that I didn't think anybody else was going to pick, and I still don't. It was short-lived, but it was a really fun concept. The Championship Scramble match in WWE. You had about 12 different champions in that match, and ultimately, I think the champion of the last one retained the title, but it was just a fun concept. And then I picked some from a couple from TNA. I'll leave those because I know Joey picked one of them, I believe. So I'll leave that off. Joey, what was your 5?
Elimination. Well, I had War Games and Royal Rumble were my top 2, but I'll go on down my list a little bit farther than Buried Alive match, like that. Loser Leave Town, old school. That's my kind of my old school.
Yes,
match.
Jeremy, I did.
A lot of Loser Leave Town matches.
Love those.
NXT, the Iron Survivor match.
Really good.
Really like that. A couple years ago, was it Braun Breaker come in and got 3 pins in like 30 seconds?
Or was that Oba?
No, that was Braun Breaker. He came in and speared. Then come out. He got Tyler Bate, Josh Briggs, and somebody else.
Because Oba did something similar this year at the Iron Survivor.
Yeah, but Braun did it first. But
Oba would crush Braun.
So that's 2, right? Buried Alive.
Yeah,
that
like 100.
Actually, I got another old school one. Scaffold match. The Road Warriors, Midnight Express, Rock and Roll Express, like you name it, like a lot of them. And then you had the infamous New Jack versus, I can't think of the guy's name.
Vic Grimes?
Yeah, where he tried to kill him. The TNA Feast or Fired match.
Yeah, that was on my list.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Yeah. Well, since you didn't say it, I figured I would.
Right.
And then let's go with I said Loser Leave Town, Scaffold, Feast or Fired. Let's go Buried Alive, and then let's just go with I love the Elimination Chamber. I know we talked about this earlier. You guys kind of group Elimination Chamber, Hell in the Cell, cage match, all kind of together.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one in particular because of the pods, because of the chain, the chain dome and everything, all the different additives that match can add to a cage match. But War Games is my favorite one of all time.
Absolutely. Jeremy Banton said, did you just say erect? I sure did. Sean don't know what we're talking about.
No idea.
Robert Holt says, Daniel sure can take a bump. Absolutely. Wes Brocky's gimmick matches, TLC, Royal Rumble, the OVW. I'm just kidding. Hardcore match, Last Man Standing. Last Man Standing is a good one. An Elimination Chamber. Jeremy Banton said he'd like to add the old school Survivor Series matches where they had teams that had the corny names. Love those. I also like the ones, and he mentions this too. They took all the winners from Hill, all the winners. And now they only did that, I think, 2 years.
The Ultimate Survivor.
And did the Ultimate Survivor. It may have only been 1 year. I know Hogan and Warrior were the Ultimate Survivors
I think they did
1
it
year.
twice. Yeah.
They may have done it a second time. I can't recall that. He says the branded ones, the SmackDown versus Raw ones they've done as of late were not as good. I would agree with that.
The only one that really was good is the year they had Raw, SmackDown, and NXT.
Where NXT invaded SmackDown after,
Yeah, that was actually one of the better ones.
Yeah, because Adam Cole, he had a good showing, and Keith Lee, I think, had a good showing.
Keith Lee had a huge showing. They had a pay-per-view, wasn't it? Like what was it? It wasn't Survivor Series though, was it? But they would do Raw versus SmackDown.
Bragging rights.
Bragging rights. Yeah.
Sean?
Before everybody else takes his.
Yeah. It's a little more simple. I got ladder, career versus title.
Love that one. That's the one they should have done with Goldberg and Gunther.
I quit match. Because that always created. I think of
you
the
did
Mick
that a
Foley.
long time ago.
I think of the Mick Foley match show where they had the pre-recorded "I Quit."
Mick Foley and The Rock.
Yep.
Where he got hit in the head 18
What
times.
about the empty arena match? That was pretty cool.
I also
pinned him with a forklift.
I also had Bloodline Rules. I like that really one. And then finally, the exploding barbed wire death match when done correctly, as in Mick Foley in Japan.
I feel like that's a dig, Sean. The passive aggressiveness. I'm not really here.
Sparkler.
Not really here for. I also had in TNA. I had the King of the Mountain match that they had was really good. Monsters Ball was a really good concept. And then I also had Feast or Fired, and I had the one. What was the one that was Ultimate X? I had Ultimate X as my ones. Not really. I don't have. We talked about this before the show. Not really been a unique one that AEW has done, except for the Stadium Stampede match, and that's just basically like we said, Falls Count Anywhere match. So I mean,
Anarchy in the Arena.
They called it Anarchy in the Arena the one time. They called it Stadium Stampede. The one in Jacksonville, the first one was called. Regardless, it's a Falls Count Anywhere match.
That's all it is. Falls Count Anywhere hardcore match.
And you can't tell me that was better than who did Miz just face in a? It was at Mania. Was it Shane? Did Miz and Shane fight at WrestleMania in a Falls Count Anywhere match?
Yes. Well, it was like 3 or 4 years ago. Right after they split up from being tag team champions or whatever. That was pretty dope.
Miz and Shane were tag team champions?
Yeah, don't you remember the Miz's dad? Shane was his favorite wrestler, and
I don't remember that.
Miz and Shane were tag champs.
I don't recall.
Wasn't that after Shane won the Best in the World title?
Something like that.
The cup in Saudi Arabia when they had that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, something like that.
Worst ones, as Sean's we're throwing this out there just off the cuff. The AEW, which sorry AEW fans, not trying to crap on y'all. I know it sounded like it just was a lot for me. I couldn't think of anything unique, but what I do remember is the exploding ring match that ended up just being a bunch of kids running around the ring with sparklers. That was
one of them we forgot.
Horrific.
Ambulance match.
Ambulance matches are good. Yeah,
yep.
We were talking about that the other day.
Casket match.
The one I really liked that I wanted to put in my top 5, but then the Four Corners match where the strap match where you strap up, giggity, and you had to hit the little, which I really liked the ones that WWE, and it's been a while, but where they instituted the lights. So where you hit the button, your light came on. And
CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, I think.
Yeah,
Cena was in one of them. I don't remember who.
Yeah, but I think the last one they had was CM Punk and Drew.
Absolutely. Like those worst ones. Anything on a pole match, the Viagra on a pole, Buff Bagwell's mom on a pole. And then the Kennel from Hades match and Punjabi Prison
match
would be the worst ones for me. If y'all
dumpster matches,
I love dumpster matches. It was actually, when I was doing research the other day, the dumpster match is in the top 5 worst, least favorite, least popular gimmick matches
That's
list.
a shame.
No, that's Sheamus.
With the
Which,
hardcore?
if you haven't, sorry, Joey, if you haven't by now, go watch Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. This is from a couple years ago, but they do the Hot Ones challenge on YouTube.
Hilarious.
Hilarious. All of them. Dominic and Livs was funny. Bianca and Jade's was funny. They've all been funny, but those are some of the bad ones. All right, I'm gonna lead off only because I got the graphics ready. Mount Rushmore of women's wrestlers in honor of Evolution for me. First on the list, Charlotte Flair. I don't know how you could have a list without having the woman that's got the most titles of all time on that list. Next up for me, your first crush, and pretty sure I can see part of her.
Yeah, you can see the top of the areola. Actually, you might be able to see everything. It's a white shirt, bro.
We're going to half and half. This is a family show.
Afterwards, I want.
Here you go, Jeremy Banta and
Man, I wish I
crew.
had my laser pointer with me right now.
Just kidding.
You can see.
Wes Brocky, there you go. Okay, let's just take that off. Literally. Next, again, one of the pioneers.
That's a lot of satisfaction there.
You got the fabulous Moolah, who she was the pioneer, regardless of her personal life and things that happened off the course. Despite the fact it looks like she has a huge moose knuckle right now.
20 years as a champion, something like that.
It was a long time.
Yeah.
So here's the one that I have on my list that I guarantee nobody else is going to have on their list, but she's literally most wins of all time, most dominant of all time. Is Bull Nakano. She was the WWF Women's Champion for a little period of time. She dominated over in Japan. She's ranked number 1 on the all-time. Who is it? PWI's all-time women's wrestlers list. She's ranked number 1. I tend to agree with them on that. And last but not least, it's the man. No, not Becky Lynch. The only woman to win a men's championship in WWE. Get the F out. China, your Intercontinental Champion. That was probably the least manly she ever looked in her entire career. And just like McDonald's.
In her wrestling career.
I'm loving it. Yeah, absolutely.
In her online career.
Okay.
There was a lot of that.
There was a lot of that going on. Sean, what about you?
I've got Trish, as you had. I mean, during the Attitude Era, when it was a lot of bra and panties matches, she was actually able to get some actual wrestling matches.
She was able to main event Monday Night Raw.
I got one from Japan who actually feuded with Bull Nakano, Asia Kong.
Okay.
Known for her back fist, which makes a certain guy in AEW's back fist look like crap.
Sean, what do you know about back fist?
Oh, he back fist
all the time.
He's got to switch it up a little bit. He's
you.
Like this.
Uneffing believable. I got Charlotte Flair. Uneffing believable.
Sean.
Obviously the greatest women's champion maybe ever.
Obviously, okay.
Because there's people coming in the pipeline that could overtake her at some point.
He's now used back fist and pipeline in consecutive sentences.
Back fist in a pipeline.
Becky Lynch. She is. I mean, she just constantly puts on great matches. She's probably the best talker of all the women. I think.
If you can understand what she's saying,
she changed the game.
Yeah, and then
she changed the game.
My final one, I actually changed this. I thought about it. Mae Young. Mae Young was a pioneer, and then she comes in and she's taking power bombs through tables.
85 years old, and she would tell him, "Don't go soft on it."
Yes.
Well, don't go soft on me.
Yeah, Sean. Heed the warnings.
I'm gonna have to just name other people just to get more people in there, because everybody is gonna say Charlotte, Trish. I said China, Becky. Moolah was my next one in line, so I'll say Lita. I'll throw Lita up there for some recognition.
really quick, we're just turning on AEW. I know it started an hour ago. Why are they wrestling at a medieval times? Have y'all ever heard of that restaurant, medieval time?
Yeah.
Why are they wrestling at medieval? I can't even say it.
Because I mean they are.
Buy one get one free buffet.
Okay, fair enough.
So I'll say Lita. I'll say Paige. I think Paige came in and kind of changed the game as well. AJ Lee, when they were trying to get out of the divas type thing, she really helped change the course on that. Medusa, Alundra Blaze. I mean, she was a pioneer. I'm gonna throw. I think Io and Rhea are on their way.
So if we had a top 10, my 6 through 10, Rhea, Io, Paige, Wendy Richter, Becky would fill out my 10.
And then on mine I would put Awesome Kong.
And I would
because I think she in her own right changed the game as well.
So Awesome Kong
/ Karma.
Right. And for me, that there would be Awesome Kong and Asuka would be 11 and 12. And it's so hard to rank them.
And Asuka, like, I didn't put her on there, but yeah, I definitely, she's in my top, she has to be in my top 10 because, like, she had the 4-year streak, something like that.
Yeah, she didn't lose until the very end of the next year. Did she even lose?
No, she didn't.
No,
she
took
relinquished.
The title. Yeah,
she relinquished the title, went to the main roster. She lost at WrestleMania to Charlotte Flair.
That's all right.
Jeremy Banta says he hated the Tower of Doom match. As we were all crapping on the Punjabi prison match, Wes Brocky says, loved the Punjabi prison match. And then we crapped on it, and he said, well, it could be good. And then Jeremy Banta said, I can't believe you just called China a man. So first off, I said she was the man. I didn't say she was a man. And secondly, until you've done a genital search, you can't tell me that she's not.
Well, her online career, I can attest she's a woman.
Okay, that's a little bit.
Hey, my phone's died.
Probably a good thing.
Maybe.
Make sure you go and check out. Appreciate all the conversation tonight, and we'll talk about. We'll have this. We'll have the chat room open for a couple more minutes. But big shout out to our friends at I6 Tickets. Go to www.i6tix.com. They do really good souvenir tickets of events and stuff. They have. I purchased a pair of souvenir WrestleMania tickets that were really awesome. They sent me a second pair for sponsoring the show, which I gave to Joey because he went to WrestleMania and didn't cancel on us to go to WrestleMania, Sean. So they'll take care of you. Just let them know that the Wednesday Night Wrestling Recap Ringside Podcast, CSE, we all sent you and help you out. Last but not least, Capgo Championship belts again. Our guy Abdul will make your dream title. If you want a title with your face on it, and the side plates to be like your favorite body parts. Like he'll do he's freaky. He'll do anything you want him to do. That's what I mean by freaky. I don't know about his preference.
You like that video I sent you, Vince?
Oh my God. Definitely not suitable for television.
No.
That's probably what the video sounded like. Get in touch with me. I'll put you in touch with them, and we'll get your dream championship created. As I've shown you, I've got one with my logo and the logos of our websites and different shows. Not this one. I'll have to get a new belt that's got this logo on it, but they'll take care of you. Just tell them we sent you. Final thoughts. Make sure you're tuning in to Busted Open 24/7 Pro Wrestling Nation. Dave LaGreca, Mark Henry, Bully Ray, Tommy Dreamer, Thunder Rosa, Nick Nemeth, Matt Cardona, the coach, Denise Salcedo, Justin Labar, just to name a few. I know I'm forgetting a few people, but that's bound to happen. Last thought, we were so most of y'all noticed that for the last couple of weeks we've been promoting an addition to the podcast. That addition never showed up. So we are formally rescinding the offer to him because we need to, again, we need somebody that we can trust to be here if one of us are going to be out. And apparently we can't trust him for piss, or he would have been here and not canceled on us like 3 weeks in a row at the last second. Am I burying him? Yes, I am. Do I care? No.
Loser leaves town match, and he lost.
Loser leave the podcast match. I still can't believe Wes Brocky said, "Man, I love the Punjabi prison match." Then was like, "Man, it sucked."
Well, don't you remember his Dream Evolution?
Sweet
card?
Lord, I do.
Good grief. Good grief.
Let's see. Okay.
When he said his, I was like,
no, I even after he said it, I was like that. All right, guys. Any closing thoughts, Sean? What? Let's ask this one final question. What are you hoping to see materialize as far as we've already got some matches for SummerSlam, and we'll be back, I think. We'll probably be back in 2 weeks because we could take this next week off, and when we come back to preview SummerSlam, we'll recap Slammiversary. Okay, unless something major happens, and then I'll probably do a quick show to update you all next Wednesday night if necessary. But what do you hope to see as far as matches? We've already seen some matches be announced. What's something you'd like to see put on the card?
Well, I'd like to see maybe some kind of ladder match for a title, maybe the U.S. title.
Okay.
I would like to see LA Knight get involved somewhere because right now he's got no direction. He can't.
Okay.
He won the match against Seth, but that apparently was a
worst gimmick match. Shane and Vince versus Sean and God. That was horrible.
Oh yeah, that was.
Sorry, that just came to my head when
that was really bad.
That was bad.
But
that was bad. Guy.
I just want to see him get on the card because he's been doing everything they have asked, and he's been doing it well. So
yeah,
that's right.
They'll find something for him.
Yeah, they need to.
Because I mean, realistically, like him getting involved with like the Seth thing, like that. We see people get, beat down that are in a match because somebody else is getting beat down before. Like the whole throwing LA Knight into the Rollins and all that stuff. He'll find his way into something. For me,
hey Joey, what about for you?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell mine. Obviously, Roman's going to be involved some way, and I think it's probably going to be like Roman and Jay versus Braun and Bronson. And I'm all for it. And maybe there's some kind of stipulation with that. Even I don't know that one doesn't really need it. So we know Tiffany's got her Tiffany and Jade, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany.
And we know it's Io, Naomi, and man, Naomi's cooking right now, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She is cooking right now.
It is Rio versus Naomi.
But I'm like with the Kabuki Warriors, Charlotte and Alexa. Like, there's so many people. Man, it's gonna be so. I just feel like it's gonna be so good. And I did. You know what? Did you read this? That originally that it was supposed to be Travis Scott involved in an angle instead of Jelly Roll, but something happened with him and he was pulled, and that's why the Jelly Roll match got added.
No, Travis Scott. It was supposed to be at SummerSlam. It was supposed to be Cena, Travis Scott, and somebody else versus Cody and the Usos, but I forgot who the other one was. But I didn't hear anything about the Jelly Roll match taking over.
I'm not saying that he was supposed to be with Randy, in the Randy Orton, and I'm saying that he was supposed to be involved, like celebrity involved in a match, and they were talking about him and Bad Bunny both being involved in the same match, and then something happened with Travis Scott, so they slid Jelly, because he said he's been living in Orlando for 4 weeks, living at the Performance Center training.
Yeah,
he was ready, ready for when they were ready to pull the trigger.
Absolutely. No, I didn't hear. I had heard that both matches were supposed to take place. That
I read that from several different
John Cena,
sites.
Travis Scott, and Logan Paul was supposed to wrestle Bad Bunny, Jey Uso, and Cody Rhodes, but Travis Scott apparently he wasn't learning he wasn't picking up the wrestling very well. Do y'all remember this clip from our regular show?
And that came from church, and I had some word.
I had got some word in my mouth. Always a great time with our guy Higgy. We got another Higgy soundbite here somewhere. Where is it?
I would just hand it in and put it in Shittica's hand, hand it to him.
I swear.
Did you just say Shittica's? 5 years later, and I still don't understand what he was trying.
Higgy's gonna be mad because Higgy's out of the country right now. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know where he's at. I don't.
Is he at Bologna, France?
I think he decided to go to take a trip.
Frankfurter, Germany.
To a bunch of cities, like he's going to Turkey for sure. Bologna. I don't know some of the other stuff, but shout out to our guy Higgy. We hope you all enjoyed tonight's show. Again, join us in 2 weeks as we at 8 p.m. as we recap the biggest news of the week and recap TNA Slammiversary and tell you all how SummerSlam is starting to shape up. Let me check the text machine really quickly and see if we got any messages. For me, I forgot to answer the question myself. I gave y'all the
go ahead and answer. You go too.
Thanks for letting me have a shot. Gosh, man, what do I want to? Okay, I don't know what's going on with that. Let's turn that off. Match I would like to see. I would like to see. Gosh, see, this is what when you pose an impromptu question. And sometimes you've got it right away. Sometimes, well, I mean, I was asking y'all. I didn't think to answer myself. I would like to see, and I don't know how you get here because there's been no interaction between the two. I'd like to see Asuka and Becky fight for the Intercontinental Championship. I know that. Oh no, wait a minute. Becky's already got an opponent.
You got one of them right.
All right, scratch that.
The other champion on the mid-card champion on the other brand, Asuka and Julia.
Oh, Asuka and Julia would be a bang her.
Yeah, I just
bang her.
Just thought of that.
Bang her.
Yeah.
Get it. All right, guys. Listen, we enjoy your all's company tonight. We appreciate you all. As always, whenever our notifications come through, it'll either say CSD podcast or it'll come across as Wednesday Night Wrestling Recap. For those of y'all that tuned in because you thought CSD was coming on, we appreciate y'all joining us because we know y'all truly love us and stuck around for the wrestling anyway. For those of y'all that tuned in for the wrestling, we appreciate you all as well. Hope to get some more interaction. We appreciate everybody that did interact, but we want this thing to be on fire all night long. We're having to do longer than an hour show because y'all are commenting so much and giving your all's opinion. So for Joey, for myself, for Ultimo Virgino over here, this has been the Ringside Podcast and CSC Podcast production of the Wednesday Night Wrestling Recap. Until next time, your last. Hopefully.
Sean Parker to himself.
We'll see you next time. I mean, we'll see you at ringside.